Presenter Dan Walker has opened up about finding a lump on his stomach a few years ago that resulted in him being rushed to hospital after he struggled to breathe. Dan Walker has opened up about having to rush to hospital after finding a lump on his stomach a few years ago. The 46-year-old found himself at the back of an ambulance after a change in breathing during a visit to a medical center. Speaking on the White Wine Question Time podcast, Dan revealed, "I was in Poland a few years ago covering the European Championships and I had a slightly strange lump in my stomach. My breathing was changing a little bit and I went to the medical center in the broadcast center there, and within 2.5 minutes I was in the back of an ambulance on my way to a Polish AE." The presenter went on to reveal that the editor of Match of the Day, Richard Hughes, dropped everything to accompany him to the hospital. He continued, "It did get a bit scary that night. About 2 o'clock in the morning a Polish consultant came in and told me I had cancer because they'd seen some shadows on my kidney. He used the word tumor." The Channel 5 star was joined by a translator who told him, the doctor, thinks you've got cancer in your kidney." Dan requested to speak to the head consultant before telling his loved ones, but thankfully the consultant confirmed he didn't have a tumor. The Strictly Come Dancing star clarified, "There were a series of black shadows on my kidneys. Because they went down to about 30% functionality, so I had this weird sort of virus that had really affected them." Dan said the doctors had to pump 8 liters of saline fluid into his body to try and get his kidneys to work again. He was allowed to go home the following day and was given drugs to line his stomach and attempt to get his kidneys started again. However, Dan got the shock of his life the next day after waking up and looking into the bathroom mirror. He explained, my head was about twice the size that it is at the moment." The television personality revealed that every part of his body was swollen and bloated because the water in his body wasn't being processed. Thankfully, around 2 days later, Dan's kidneys were able to function again and the swelling around his body had reduced.